Hello, welcome to Bob's Dungeon. My name is Bob, I'll be your host. I'm a fan of strange stories, weird, dark tales. Sometimes I go a little too far on the dark, like weird music. One of my favorite bands is a band named Guar, and for those of you who know who they are, they need no introduction. For those of you that don't know who they are, they're a band that dresses up as monsters, and their theme is barbarians from space that have been exiled to Earth and are now addicted to crack cocaine and playing heavy metal music. So they're pretty cool. I read an article recently where their old lead singer, Dave Brockie, actually wrote an adventure for a tabletop role-playing game. And so I looked into it, and the adventure was for a game called Lamentations of the Flame Princess. I had never heard of that game until that point. And so I wound up ordering a copy of the core book for Lamentations of the Flame Princess and a copy of The Towers 2, which is the adventure that Dave Brockie wrote. And it's pretty neat, and that's what we're going to talk about in this video. The Towers 2 for Lamentations of the Flame Princess. This book has 109 pages and a copyright of 2016. It was published by Lamentations of the Flame Princess, and all of the artwork in this book is in full color. So let's go ahead and look at that artwork. All of the artwork in this book is in full color. This adventure was created by the late, great Dave Brockie and displays all of his creative insanity. And it's probably the closest we'll ever get to an actual Guar role-playing game. And all of the artwork goes a long way to capturing the tone and feel of this adventure. To use this book, what you're going to need is, of course, a copy of this book and a copy of the core rules for Lamentations of the Flame Princess. You'll also need a full set of dice. Full set of dice containing a 20-sided die, a 12-sided die, preferably two 10-sided dice for rolling both percentiles and tens, an 8-sided die, a 6-sided die, and a 4-sided die. This book is pretty self-contained. You just make up a character with the Lamentations of the Flame Princess and drop them in. That's pretty much it. You could, if you wanted, use this for other games, and I have. I actually ran this in a Pathfinder game, which was really neat, although I like the Lamentations better. This book has everything to run this adventure but the core rules, and it's got charts and stuff so you can roll up random situations at certain points and a few places to roll up some other things. The story in this is about two nobles that are pretty much at war with each other, and what they're doing is fighting to see who is the rightful heir to the throne. And they decide that the way to decide who's the rightful heir is if one of them can be able to produce a new heir, they're the rightful heir. So they pretty much hired the players to do something horrible to the other brother. And that's pretty much sums a lot of this up. This is a deeply dark, disturbing, twisted, sick book, and I love it for that. It's got a lot of other stuff you could do. There's a giant running around. There is another monster sucking out people's life essence called the Suck Thing, and a bunch of other stuff that I'm not going to go into detail about, so you can have some surprises in case you ever want to play or run this. And the book is left open enough, the adventure, so that you can add your own stuff and do kind of your own thing if you wanted. There is a new type of magic in this book, and yeah, It's kind of based off of weird, evil sex toys, and it's got an F bomb in the title. I would say it, but I don't want to offend anybody any further than I may have already. But yeah, this is a pretty good book. You could run it as an adventure, or even turn it up to 9 and run it as a full campaign, which I tried to do. And that's pretty much it for it. It's got a map of the land in the front cover, so you can know where everything's at. It's got a map showing the catacombs of the keep in the back cover, and then some more maps of the towers. The front of this book is the finished product, and in the back of the book is the original manuscript from Dave Brockie, which is very cool. The artwork, like I said, is pretty twisted. I do give a warning about that. There is some nudity in the artwork, so if you're opposed to that, be careful. But the artwork definitely is done in the style of Dave Brockie's artwork. I don't know if he did the actual artwork in the book or some of it, but anyway, it's real good. Which brings me to 3 questions. Would I play a character in this adventure? Yes, I would. This is sick, dark, twisted, gory, and that's right up my alley. Would I run this adventure? Yes, I would. Yes, I have. Like I said, it's dark, twisted, and gory, and that's right up my alley because I kind of like the dark. My campaign that I ran this for, we quit early on because apparently I took it too dark, which I apologize. Sorry for any of them watching. Finally, would I recommend this book? And if you're a fan of dark, twisted stuff and don't mind perversion to a point, maybe beyond the point, then yes, I would definitely recommend this. But do be advised, definitely for mature audiences. And that's pretty much all I got to say for The Towers 2. Thank you for joining me at a look at this book, and hopefully you'll join me next time where we'll talk about something else. Bye.